Today, I'm deeply honored to reintroduce H.R. 40, historic legislation to establish a federal commission to examine the lasting legacy of slavery, to develop reparations proposals for descendants of enslaved Africans. It is an honor to inherit the privilege of carrying this bill forward. From Congresswoman Sheila Jackson Lee. In my last correspondence with her, she said, keep working on our priorities and never give up.
According to the scratching of the head chapter. Look, what does that say?
Bald-headed lies. Bald-headed lies.
What's up, everybody? It's your girl Mika, and we're back for another Red Cup Talks because this is where truth, pop culture, and politics meet. So I wanted to come on today and talk about the Democrats. Now, the Democrats are trying everything. As we know, everybody has pretty much been confirmed for Trump's Avenger team. That's what I'm calling it. But the Democrats don't have anything to stand on. So they keep trying to throw things at the wall, hoping something sticks. Now they're going on to this bill called H.R. 40. They're giving it a revitalization, if you will. Now, if you don't know what this bill is, it is for foundational Black Americans or American descendants of slaves. Now, we all know the Democratic Party is no stranger at using, marginalized groups, minority groups, or anybody really that they can use to get ahead. Foundational Black Americans, unfortunately, have been the cash cow for the Democratic Party. Now, lately, they've been running the Victim Olympics with everybody, the LGBT and women, all types of minorities, everybody they can throw in a pot. But Black Americans have been their old faithful. So they're trying to go back to that, hoping it will get them back in the White House. I want you guys to see all of the bald-headed reasoning that Ayanna Pressley, yes, Miss Ayanna Pressley, keeps using to try to get Black Democrats back on the plantation, because ever since Trump came through, they've been gone. And I do mean gone. Watch this.
Today, I'm deeply honored to reintroduce H.R. 40, historic legislation to establish a federal commission to examine the lasting legacy of slavery, to develop reparations proposals for descendants of enslaved Africans. It is an honor to inherit the privilege of carrying this bill forward. From Congresswoman Sheila Jackson Lee. In my last correspondence with her, she said, keep working on our priorities and never give up. She was the previous House sponsor of H.R. 40 and a true giant in the movement for reparative justice. We are grateful for her leadership. We are grateful for her example and her voice. May she rest in peace and power. And we are grateful to be joined here today by her daughter, former Congresswoman Erica Lee Carter, who today, when I thanked her for braving the elements to journey here, said true justice is never convenient.
Now, you guys can believe all that fake crying if you want to, but not one tear dropped down this woman's eye. And then let's be clear. Democrats do not really want this, okay? When they asked Kamala, did she want to do anything for Black people? She said, no, I'm not doing anything specific for Black people. And then when Al Sharpton asked her, she said, sure. Child, anytime somebody says, sure, they're lying. It's a bald-headed lie. And let's not forget, California just did this 5 months ago. They could have passed reparations. You know what California said? No. Watch.
KCRA 3 Capital correspondent Ashley Zavala spoke with the reparations leader.
Yeah, so Ashley, what does she have to say about how this whole session ended over the weekend?
In Golston and Lisa, Camila Moore was the chairwoman of California's Historic Reparations Task Force. That group wrapped up its work last year after spending years studying the effects of slavery, racial discrimination, and its impact on Black Californians. She says she felt betrayed by the Black Caucus after it decided to block 2 bills she says were fundamental for reparations.
Emotions still high after this scene at the state capitol over the weekend.
It's Black people stopping their own people from getting their reparations.
Reparations supporters frustrated by the Legislative Black Caucus's last-minute decision to block votes in the Assembly on proposals that would establish a state agency and state fund for reparations. The Black Caucus divided, with some saying they were afraid of the governor's veto, while the caucus leader, Assemblymember Lori Wilson, claimed the bills did not have the votes.
What I tell y'all about that bald-headed reasoning? She said that the bill did not have the votes, right? The Black leaders in the Black caucus are full of it. If they really wanted to pass reparations, they would. Democrats do not want to pass reparations, okay? Black, white, and indifferent. These people do not want to pass reparations. I keep telling y'all about that bald-headed reasoning. And look, this is the person that wouldn't even bring it up. She blocked it. What'd I say?
What we saw was a complete betrayal by the California Legislative Black Caucus against their own constituents. They chose to prioritize their ego and their own self-interest over the people that they claim to serve.
It seemed like Democratic legislative leaders were hands-off about this. Do you think they should have stepped in?
I do think that the Assembly leadership, namely the Assembly Speaker, Robert Rivas, should have, intervened. In effect, he sided with the Black caucus.
How do you, the advocates, the supporters, how do you all move forward here? What are the next steps?
The next step for us is to keep pushing to hold the California Legislative Black Caucus accountable.
We tried to get a response from caucus leader Assemblymember Lori Wilson at a different reparations-related rally that she was supposed to headline at the state capitol Tuesday, but she canceled her appearance. I tried asking supporters about the situation. If you have any thoughts that you want to share right now? They dodged the question.
Now, Assemblymember Wilson's spokesperson told us in part she canceled her appearance there because she did not want to detract from the importance of that rally.
She didn't want to show up, not because she didn't want to cause a distraction. She is the distraction. She is the person that blocked the bill from going to the governor. When I tell you guys that the Democrats do not want reparations, they do not want reparations. The Democrats keep talking all of this, but everybody is a Democrat in California. They could have easily got this passed. There's no Republicans blocking it. So when I tell you they don't want it, they don't want it. It's just a means to keep you on the Democratic plantation. Point blank, period. All right, so you guys just saw all that. Now, you saw Ayanna Pressley at that press conference in Massachusetts talking about the H.R. 40 bill for reparations. And you saw just a couple of months ago what California went through, talking about they wanted reparations for Black people, but then turned around and blocked the bill. Shocker. But the bullheaded reasoning doesn't stop there. An independent reporter walked up to Ayanna Pressley. And when I tell you her bodyguard, I guess that's her bodyguard, or it could be her man, I don't know. However, when he walked up to her, meaning the reporter, they got irate because they were asking really good questions about how the Congresswoman had allowed FEMA to funnel all this money to illegal migrants. Yet you over here talking about a HR 40 bill, you could just give the money like you gave it to the migrants. Watch.
Congresswoman, what do you have to say about the fact that FEMA just spent $59 million housing illegal immigrants while people in Western North Carolina lived in tents for the past 4 months? What do you have to say about that? Do you accept that? Do you accept that? Do you accept the fact that because Doge exposed that today, it sounds like you have a big problem with the fact that Doge. I'm not blocking her. I'm not blocking. Excuse me. Are you okay with that? Do you condemn the fact that Doge exposed FEMA for sending $59 million to house illegal immigrants today?
Excuse me, sir.
Do you condone that?
Excuse me, sir.
I don't know who the
I don't know who. I tell you what. If I don't know who you are. Let's go. You're in the way.
I'm not in the way.
You are in the way.
Okay, then get out of my way. Oh, what's that? What's that look? What's that look?
All right, so you guys just saw that. She wasn't going to answer anything because none of these Democrats really actually care about helping the American people, especially the people that she says have been wronged and that have suffered a great injustice. That would be foundational Black Americans. However, she has been helping the illegal immigrants, okay? She has been helping them, as well as every other Democrat. More money has been given to illegal immigrants than you can imagine that have been given to American citizens to help. Even just in New York, you could have done reparations by now. So please, miss me with this HR 40 bill. You guys do not want to actually do reparations. Now, last but not least, I want to take you back down memory lane a little bit more. I want you guys to see what Kamala had to say about doing reparations with Al Sharpton. Then I want you to see what Kamala had to say about reparations in general and what she thinks they should do. Like study it, watch.
If you elected president, would you sign that bill if it came across your desk?
When I am elected president, I will sign that bill.
They call that turn the beat around. Senator Kamala Harris, thank you.
Now, all you good black and white liberals that jumped in my comment section talking about say her name correctly, I can say it correctly. You don't want to say her name correctly. He just butchered that name. I mean, Joe Biden butchered it all the time. He called her all types of things. I call her Kamala, but, tomato. He just butchered that name. Y'all gonna get on him? No, you don't care. You just wanted to use it as a means to shut people down. However, I'm just glad she's not in, but I wanted to show you that she's full of it. Now watch this other clip.
Madam Vice President, last month you eulogized Congresswoman Sheila Jackson Lee.
Yeah.
Jackson Lee's signature bill, one of a few, was H.R. 40, which would create a commission to study the history of U.S. slavery and study the issue of reparation. Would you, as president, take executive action to create this commission, or do you believe that it should happen in Congress?
We need to speak truth about it in a way that is about deriving solutions. And frankly, I think that we, and part of that is studying it to figure out exactly what we need to do. But part of what we can do right now is, for example, what I'm talking about in terms of building an opportunity economy.
Ma'am, they asked you about reparations. They did not ask you about anything else, just reparations. This is why she lost, all that damn rambling. However, they asked you about reparations. And what did you say? Yeah, we definitely need to study it. That is what the H.R. 40 bill is. And, I'm not here to talk about the dead, but Ms. Jackson, who did this H.R. bill, she even knew that. They will study it to death. However, they will not put that check in your hand. They will put a check in an immigrant's hand, but not in yours. All right, so you guys just saw all of that. So here are my thoughts. Let's pour it up. The Democrats are full of it, and all they got is bald-headed reasoning. Ayanna Pressley up here just talking about this H.R. 40 so they can get back in office during the midterms. They have to start a ground game. They have to start locally and then work their way up because the Democrats were demolished, okay? They got mollywopped. They got swooped, swiped, swift, whatever y'all want to call it. They got it, all right, during this election. And it's because of Kamala and Joe Biden. Sleepy Joe messed it all up. Kamala was just stupid. So they got washed. And at the end of the day, all they got left after the immigrants are gone, because they're getting moved out, they have no other option but to go back to black people, all right? Black people are the workhorse, are the cash cow for the Democratic Party. And so they're going to go back to them because they understand those deranged black women that they have are not enough. That's not enough to carry the party. So now they're trying to get the coalition of black people back on board. And what do they say? Oh, we're going to bring back up reparations. But it's not reparations. It's just the study. You have to actually read, you guys. You have to look at what these things say. And when they talk about them, they leave out, omit, or even lie that they're not actually talking about giving you a check. So to wrap all this up in plain, simple, layman's terms, this is just politics. This is BS. And I'm telling you right now, Ayanna Pressley and the rest of the bald-headed crew are going to keep pushing this H.R. 40 because it tugs at the hearts of black people getting generational wealth. I'm telling you, they're going to keep pushing it. But if you fall for it, you're going to end up empty like you have been for the last 60 to 70 years. You're going to end up with nothing. But I digress. You guys let me know, because I could be wrong. Get down in the comments and let me know what you think about Ayanna Pressley and all her bald-headed reasoning, talking about H.R. 40 bill, talking about the Democrats are willing to do whatever it takes for a marginalized group to course correct injustices when the Democratic Party allowed people in North Carolina to actually live in the cold while they funded migrants illegally. I digress. You guys get in the comments and let me know. Like, comment, and subscribe. You can always support me down below with a super thanks, a super chat, or $ officially Mika is the Cash App. I will start naming everyone who donates because I want to recognize you, not just in the comment section, but on these videos, because I definitely appreciate all your support. It's your girl Mika, and I'm out. Peace.